It's 12:30 in the afternoon here, and I'm Liz Jones, Managing Director at People to People UK and your host of P2P UK Live. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter, so don't forget to follow us. This week, we are joined by Recruitment Manager Slee, who will be discussing the growing shift in hiring trends towards soft skills over degrees and what skills are becoming most valuable in today's job market. Also on today's show, we're going to take a look at the stat of the week. We'll explore the latest job opportunities across the UK. And lastly, we will reveal our social media insights on retaining top talent in today's workforce. Are degrees still relevant in today's job market? With evolving hiring trends and the rise of skills-based recruitment, the necessity of a university degree is increasingly being questioned. A recent statistic reveals that 47.4% of managers, directors, and senior officials in the UK do not have a degree. So this highlights that career success is not always tied to formal education. Many industries now prioritise experience, practical skills and adaptability over traditional credentials. To discuss this further, we're joined by Hannah. Welcome, Hannah. Thanks for joining.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you again. Now, let's start with a quick clarification. So, of course, there are industries where degrees are absolutely essential, like medicine, law, engineering, where there is a specific qualification that's required to practice. But today, we're focusing on the roles where having a degree isn't necessarily relevant to performing the day-to-day tasks?
Absolutely. And, we're not saying that degrees aren't valuable at all, because in many industries, they really are. But also practical skills often outweigh the formal education. And that's why we're seeing this big shift in how companies approach hiring.
Great. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is skills-based hiring and how is it different from the traditional approach?
Yeah, great question. So traditionally, companies have prioritized degrees and formal credentials when hiring, and the assumption that a qualification proved someone's ability and ability to do the role. But now we're actually seeing a major shift where companies are focusing on what candidates can actually do rather than where they studied or what's on their CV.
What do you think is driving the shift?
I think there are a few factors. I think diversity and inclusion is a big one. People often forget that university is a really big cost, and there are student loans, but still it's the day-to-day costs of living and food and rent and bills whilst you're there. So it can be really difficult for people of all different backgrounds to be able to have the same starting point there. So relying solely on credentials can limit opportunities for people from those different backgrounds. And second, the job market is evolving rapidly, especially with AI and tech advancements. Companies need employees who are adaptable and can learn on the go, and that those skills, aren't always taught in university.
Absolutely. So for job seekers, what can they do to stand out in a skills-based hiring process?
I think focus on demonstrating those skills is a first. That could be through, strong portfolio, relevant work experience, or even side projects. And secondly, if you're applying to a company that values skills over credentials, be prepared for assessment or practical tasks instead of just your standard interview.
Okay, and for companies, how can they start incorporating skills-based hiring into their recruitment process?
Companies can introduce case studies, skills assessment, or task-based interviews. Instead of just reviewing CVs, they should look at what candidates can do in real-world scenarios. This not only improves hiring decisions, but also helps attract that more kind of diverse talent pool.
Okay, so it sounds like a win-win for both employers and job seekers. So final question, do you think skills-based hiring will become the new norm?
Absolutely. It's already happening. And as companies continue to see those benefits and having, better hiring outcomes or increased diversity, I think it's only going to become more common.
Fantastic. Thanks for the insights, Hannah. It's great to have you again, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
It's time to take a look at some hot jobs across the UK, and we're looking for a trade partnerships executive in South East London paying £28,000. We have a field marketing specialist in South East London also paying £60,000 to £75,000. We also have various temporary opportunities. Don't forget to register for temp work. If you want to know more about these vacancies, please get in touch with the team. It's time to take a look at the stat of the week, and this week we're taking a look back at an article from HR News which discusses the trend of British employees working significant overtime. According to the article, British workers average 251 hours of overtime each year and plan to move jobs when the economy improves. So some of the key takeaways from the article, due to the increase in overtime and heavy workload, there's big concerns about work-life balance, potential burnout and overall job satisfaction. Despite these challenges, economic uncertainty is causing hesitation in the job market, with 42% of workers choosing to stay in their current roles. However, once the economy improves, many employees are planning to seek new opportunities, which could create a potential wave of job mobility. For employers, this presents a retention challenge. As the job market stabilises, companies may struggle to keep their workforce. So to prevent this turnover, businesses should really proactively address employee wellbeing by improving work-life balance, enhancing job satisfaction and implementing effective retention strategies. And that is it for the stat of the week. It's time to take a look at the social media poll results. So last week we had, do you think degrees will become less relevant for hiring in the next 10 years? And 66.7% of you have said it's going to be based on skills and experience. If you want to get involved in this week's poll, what do you believe is the most important factor in retaining top talent? Competitive salary and benefits, career growth opportunities, or a positive work culture? I look forward to seeing these results. That is it for P2P UK Live this week. See you all next Friday.